So Christine, first of all, thank you for being available to share your experience about the visibility program. I really appreciate that you are dedicating time and energy in helping other people to understand your experience and to communicate or share with others the kind of journey you did. The visibility program, as we explore very well, is not about coming out in video or in the selfies. It's about allowed part of ourselves to exist first and to become visible and play a good role in our life. So it's about bringing your light and your colors into the light. The program you did was based on 9 meetings we had together. The last was a beautiful follow-up that, honestly speaking, I really enjoyed to go through your steps and all the details of it. Yeah, so this was our journey. But we start from the beginning. Why you decided to enter in this program, and which were your motivations and your targets, how your life was when you decided to do it?
Yeah, there's so many layers, right, to all of it, but trying to focus on, one clear point through, really I started this journey with right around when COVID happened. I went through a very big burnout with my work. I was just completely exhausted. I didn't know what was wrong, but something was wrong and something had to be fixed. And that, I've been doing yoga for 20 years. I consider myself someone who, tries to be mindful of these things. And yet there was some very deep, maybe programming, conditioning, habits, traumas that were within me that were really driving what I was doing. So taking away my energy, they were the motivation behind what I was doing in my life, and not giving me, I didn't feel ownership in my life. I didn't feel I was doing all of these things for all of these people and for my work, but I was not happy at the end. And I think, why am I not happy? I have all of these things. What's wrong? What's wrong was the question. And so I met with several different healers over the last 3 years on a journey, and some of them were not so helpful. They helped me in the way that I thought, this isn't right, and I need to stand up for myself and find another person, so bringing out that, I don't know, permission to go after what was really important to me and to take care of myself. And when I found you, the state that I was in, that right before I took on the visibility program itself, there about, what was that, about 12 weeks ago, maybe? Yeah, I was, thinking, okay, I have these tools. I've been working on these things. I've unpacked these traumas. I've been working with these healers, and something still isn't right. And that was where I was like, I really need to figure out how to consistently bring whatever it is that's trying to come out and be shown consistently, to support myself maybe. I wasn't sure, but I just knew, right, that all of this negative energy just kept flooding back in, and I wasn't seeming to be able to pass through into somewhere else that part of me really wanted to go. I didn't even know where it was, and I don't know if that makes sense, but
it does.
It's such a personal thing. I just knew that something was wrong. I wanted to fix it, and when I connected with you, it felt very, like I said, I worked with the other healers. I had a level of connection with them, but there was this real safety, this real trust, and being seen by you in a tender and supportive way that really touched me. And also the way that you approach you know, the program and how you carry yourself, I just felt very supported, and like we were gonna, you know, I was gonna be able to, yeah, be with you, be deeply transformed, be able to reveal something, whatever it was, and go to the next step, I guess, in my journey.
Allowed me to see that you did it in a perfect way. It was really beautiful to work with you and unfold all the layers and what was holding you back.
Yeah, I think a little of it is trusting the universe, you know?
Yeah.
And if you feel this, I was feeling this call to something was wrong, what can I do to fix it? And kept, you know, pushing forward, following that call and, you know, saying yes. And then having the determination, you know, I had so much, I want to be transformed, but then there's these parts of you, like you said, that are really deep. Even though part of you is so determined, another part really is so deeply needs to be held to be able to come forward to really unlock the transformation. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds so obvious, like you said, you hear it, but to truly feel that you have the power and the permission and the right to that happiness and love that all of us do, how that's not given, you know, right away as a part of our conditioning, but it's there. It's such a beautiful thing. I can't even describe. Yeah.
It's clear from your face, and I'm feeling your emotions. And I also get touched when I think about it, or super connect with it, because it's just as you rightly said, you know, allowing yourself to open up, to feel loved and to feel happy. And you said very rightly when you were talking about conditioning. We have a lot of conditionings that are controlling our life and the quality of our life. So connecting with your true self and breaking out, from all this conditioning is really freeing and lifting. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it was like having the key, like you had all of a sudden the key turned. It was like, now I get it. Like,
Yes.
ah.
Yeah. But again, because you allowed it yourself to explore, you know, and to just to flow out of all the restrictions of the conditionings.
Again, like the way that you turn that to my success every time, you know, we did this together, you and I, but yes, I truly feel that it's mine and ownership of it, which is something I really appreciate. What a gift. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for being such a beautiful team player. And it's quite clear from your eyes how your life and your feeling of happiness is now. But would you like to share more? How the transformation brought you from A to B? What was exactly A and what is now the arriving point?
In some ways, it's hard to remember what was A, you know, like it's like, yeah, I kind of remember being stuck and feeling frustration, you know, with a lot of mostly work relationships and dynamics. And it had to do with, you know, again, looking for that external, if the team is not happy or if they're, you know, fighting me on something, then I feel like I'm doing something wrong or things aren't correct. And I don't know how else to say it, but now I'm like, I don't care about that. Like, I care about, you know, I hope they are well as people, but for me, it's not, that's not even, I'm not worried about any of that anymore. You know, I
That's
still have
fantastic.
worries, but it's like not, I'm going there, doing my job, going through my day from a totally different place, you know? It's for me. It's for me. It's for the love that's inside me. It's for the love that I want to share because I love myself. It's so hard to describe, but it feels more solid. It feels like when I do get off kilter, I have this place that is more sure and more steady, even though I'm like, I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm not really sure. I don't have it figured out. But then part of me is like, but it's okay. There's like this comforted, like, we're going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
So let's say relating with your work and the people you work with, if before you felt stressed and frustrated somehow for certain aspects, now you're above that and you just enjoy your well-being, inner well-being, for what I could see and understood. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say, maybe there was, let's say, 10 things that were stressing me out about these work relationships. And now it's like one or two. Like,
Fantastic.
What do I want? You know what I mean? Like, that's like the way that it was draining my energy versus now is like, yeah, completely different.
Because you are connected with your center and with your personal power. And I remember so nice this beautiful moment when you started to be more assertive. And the assertivity phase, maybe you don't remember it, but it was another turning point that helped you to relate with your work and things that were a source of stress in a completely different way and take over the control of your feelings and your actions rather than to be affected by triggers.
Was something that you also really helped me see is how to just be myself, be true to myself without going into this, matching the fighting, the aggression, I get you, so you get me. It's
the masculine way to relate. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was huge because then I not only felt like I had the tool to bring myself forward and speak what I needed to with more assurity. It was from a place that was more natural for me. Yeah.
Thank you for highlighting that, because coming out or bringing our own power and our own truth and our colors, as I like to call them, in a natural and spontaneous way is exactly the result I'm aiming to.
And then it just flows. And sometimes the result is what I wouldn't have expected. It's natural and coming forward without, like, it was so much effort to be thinking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And this is
exactly.
More, yes, natural, or this deeply connecting also you feel just calmer. It's all connected in this more just, I don't want to keep saying easier way, but
no,
it really
say it. My hashtag is awakening made easy. So probably if you say easier, you just serve my mission. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it is easier. I mean, the hard part is remembering to come back and do it over and over. The hard part is not getting pulled to the other place. Yeah, like
you're spot on. Fantastic. I'm very happy that you could. Sorry, you were going to say something more.
No, the only reason I hesitated to say easy is because I felt when I was searching for healers, it was find this and all your problems will be solved. There was a little bit of this salesmanship and then when I went through a 6 or 12-week program with someone else and I didn't get there, I felt like, oh, well, I guess I have to keep, I missed something. And again, with you, I got all of these tools, and yet I also have a realistic idea of what that means. And I just have more power about all of it. I know my healing journey is going to continue, but I'm not doing anything wrong if I haven't made it there. And some of that's society and my own thing, but that all is an example of how it just finding that place of connection, like kind of shined a light on all of that and was like, yeah, no, now this makes sense. This is bullshit. This is
you can distinguish.
Yeah, it makes it much more easy. That's the easy part, that it doesn't have to take so much effort to decipher.
Exactly. It doesn't take much effort, but it takes commitments. It requires commitments, and you've been great with that.
In 12 weeks, my life on the surface is completely the same and yet completely different. The inner shift allows, it really does. It sounds like it's made up when people say that. I don't believe them, but it really does. Yeah. Every week was like a new person was walking into the office or the situations. Yeah, it was so cool.
Fantastic. Christine, grazie. Sorry. Thank you for your time. But grazie from my heart. And again, congratulations.